Welcome everyone to GGN. I'm Bruno Bergstein, bringing you the truth. Last time we interviewed Rick the Chemtrail pilot. Today I'll be interviewing another American hero. As always, we'll call him Timmy, as he's preferred to remain anonymous. Timmy has been working for the government in Black Ops, otherwise known as a Black Ops spook. How are you doing today, Timmy?
Great. Just great.
Okay. The purpose of these interviews is to learn about some of the things the state and huge corporations are doing to help benefit society. Yes, we'll talk about the process and such, but we want to know the people behind these humanitarian operations as well. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your job title, Mr. Timmy?
Tactical Operations Agent. Technically, I don't have a job title as I don't exist.
In your email, you said you wanted to talk about how you work on preventing gun violence. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a complicated process, Bruno.
Well, can you maybe give us a typical day in the life of a spook, a tactical operations agent?
I start my day like any other person, eat my breakfast, clean my weapons, wait for orders.
Okay. I gotta be honest, Timmy. I was expecting more out of this interview, but
Okay, alright. You want the skinny. I spend a lot of time away from home. Basically waiting in hotel rooms until I get the call from HQ. That stands for headquarters.
yeah, yeah, I know that, Timmy. Um, where do you go after you receive your orders, though?
It depends. Sometimes schools, movie theaters, events like political protests, group meetings where activists congregate.
Oh, so you're monitoring the schools or something, keeping watch in case of another shooting?
No!
Well, can you tell us? As far as it being, black operations and all.
They don't care. It's just another level of confusing the hell out of people, especially them conspiracy theorists. Anyways, headquarters works up a location and time. They also work on a person who will take the blame.
Blame for what?
Well, after I'm done with my work, I bolt. I'll cross state line the minute those bodies hit the floor. What? Yeah. If it's a good clean job, I'm back in my studio apartment cleaning out my AR-15, munching on some organic nut crunch.
You guys are killing people.
What?
You shoot and blow innocent people up.
Yeah?
And that prevents gun violence? How?
Well, how else are you gonna prevent gun violence? Well, it's not just about gun violence, Bruno. Look, it's easy. Once the media's notified, they get in a frenzy. The goal here is to scare the ever-living piss out of people. Not just the average Joe Q public begging for the government to protect them, but also those gun-toting extremists.
Oh, you mean gun owners?
Gun owners.
I don't get it. What's so funny, Timmy?
No, it's more like gun renters. We can take their overpriced pieces of junk anytime we want. See, Bruno, that's what I was talking about. It's not just about gun violence. These are psychological operations that affect all aspects and levels of our society. Our adversaries and foreign governments see these operations as well. It sends a message that we're willing to sacrifice our own people.
Wow, I never looked at it that way. I suppose you're right. But these are law-abiding citizens. They have a right to bear arms according to the Constitution.
Think about it. We live in a country where around 30–45% of the households have a gun in it, right? The state and federal governments are more powerful than they ever have been, and still no revolution.
Yeah, why is that, Timmy?
I'll tell you why. These people are too busy working to pay for all their guns.
In other words, as long as half the population is living in utter fear and the other in total confidence, there's really not going to be any big changes to this wonderful, great system that we have. Is that what you're saying?
Now you're getting it, Bruno. Think about it. Gun sales boom after a mass shooting. It's funny though because these people spend $300 to $2,000 on a gun and the company turns around, uses it along with the subsidies they get from the government to R&D, that's research and develop, advanced weapon systems for the military and police, weapons that make rifles look like a wooden spear.
If I may ask, this is probably known publicly, but where are these subsidies coming from?
Tax breaks mostly. The government's able to fund it from revenue they receive through gun sales taxes and background check fees and license fees. This is all open for the public, public knowledge. I'm not telling you anything new here.
That makes sense. Preventing gun violence by initiating gun violence. For our listeners at home, that may seem a bit like doublethink, but rest assured my guest here is truly a patriot who wants to see this great country endure. I had my doubts about him at first. I'm starting to learn more and more about what really happens, what goes on behind the scenes, these shadowy operations. Well, we're going to cut to a commercial. We've been speaking to an American hero, a true treasure of knowledge. His name is Timmy, and he works for the government in a special project to help stop gun violence. But from what I'm learning, he's doing a whole lot more than that. So, how many agents are there in your line of work, Timmy?
Well, we're global. We're everywhere.
Breivik in Norway?
One of ours.
9/11 terrorist?
Ours. Technically, the Israeli branch. We worked together on that one.
The Aurora movie shooting?
That was me. That was close, man. Bruno, I tell you, I thought they were going to catch me that time.
What happens if you're caught?
Well, SOP, standard operating procedure. It's just to remain silent and call your handler, which is what I did.
What about other things like the BP disaster? No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, that was us.
We live in the age of terrorism, Timmy. Terrorists lurking behind every door, waiting to destroy what we've built. How do you handle these sick individuals?
Well, there's Project Ice.
Tell us about Project Ice. It sounds spectacular.
It's a project that's been running for centuries. It has to do with manipulating people's behavior. The public can't govern itself, Bruno. We have to do the thinking for them.
Again, that makes perfect sense. Is it kind of like the shootings to keep people in fear?
Not exactly. These folks are different. The majority of people just want the status quo. Work, pay their taxes. Good people. People like you and me, Bruno. Then there are some that want to change this great system. Most of them are delusional, but peaceful. Our goal is to locate them and isolate them. When they lose their job and can't get hired, that's us. When their significant other accidentally gets a text message from their secret lover, that's us.
But what's the point of all this? I don't understand. Why isolate them?
Would you listen to someone who has no money, no family, no credibility? Or would you listen to a clean-cut, Yale-educated politician in a $1,500 suit who speaks well? The politician, right? When these types of terrorists we refer to as lone wolves are isolated, they're not able to educate and organize the public. Eventually they become frustrated and give up. Project Ice. Isolation.
I have a question, Timmy.
Shoot.
If these lone wolves, quote, are peaceful, then why are they associated with violent extremists? I mean, it's an honest question.
Good question, Bruno. This tactic is used to ensure that those they come in contact with will react in fear. Again, to further isolate them.
We're coming close to the end of this interview and hope we'll be able to do this again.
Definitely, Bruno, as long as it's cool with my employers.
Timmy, we have a request from a listener. Her name is Anna. She's from Wisconsin, who wants to know if there's anything else you do to serve your country.
Well, there's Project Buzz. There's many projects, but that's the next one that comes to mind. Project Buzz, yeah.
Tell us about Project Buzz.
Yeah, I know we're running out of time here, but real quick, basically after we've located a terrorist such as the one we just mentioned in Project Ice, we target them with concentrated waves of low radiation.
Excuse me, radiation?
Yeah, I'm tasked with hiring individuals to participate in the operation. Provide them with proper training. All they have to do is GPS the terrorist location, and we do the rest. We can make someone confused, angry, sad, hell, even give them cancer.
You mean to tell me you guys are behind the late Venezuelan president's death, Hugo Chavez? You gave him cancer.
Hell, he even said it himself.
That's right. He did mention something like that about that getting poked with a needle or something.
No, that was us who changed what he said. He actually said he was being microwaved like a hot pocket.
So the, quote, targets can be anyone from presidents to a complete nobody who has the potential to be a president. Am I understanding that right, Timmy?
Correct.
So what about the people who are in the vicinity? I mean, what happens to them? Are they affected? I mean, they're getting pulsed. I'm sure it's safe doses of radiation, but nonetheless, they are in the vicinity and they're not really the targets.
That's a little something we call collateral damage. Look, we're all being hit by various frequencies. There's a program for the whole country. Instead of targeting one person, they target millions of people. It's about controlling people's behavior, like I said, Bruno. Let them watch what they want on their television show. But you offer the choices. Let them vote for who they want. But you offer them the choices. Same with what to buy, think, what to say. It's about national security, Bruno. Thoughts can be dangerous. People speaking those thoughts that aren't pre-approved is even more dangerous. We all have to sacrifice. Simple as that. They call the shots.
I noticed you said they. I'm not sure what just happened. We're back, folks. We just lost our guest. My IT guys are... Yeah, they're saying it was some kind of glitch. Yeah, either way, we have time for one, maybe two more questions. Kyle from Denver, he wants to know how much a Black Ops killer gets paid and are they hiring?
Well, no. Kyle, we don't advertise in the want ads. We have profiles on everyone. If you're interested in serving our country, we'll know. We'll contact you. As far as how much, that's classified.
I'm just envisioning some brown envelope being slipped under a dusty motel door.
Actually, I'm signed up for a direct deposit.
Really? I'm surprised to hear that. I figured you get paid in cash or something.
No, the Treasury Department issues my paychecks.
A last question from Kareem in Dubai. Does the Illuminati exist and do you work for them? Timmy? Timmy, are you there? I think we just lost him again, guys. Well, either way, that turned out to be a pretty interesting interview. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get Timmy back on our show, but he is a perfect example of what is good about this country. To spend his life on the road. No family, no name. That is sacrifice, boys and girls. Until next time, this is Bruno Bergstein, and you just heard the truth. Or did you?